Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about trouble and irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these stories simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 This is extremely
dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Dangerous.
extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Extremely
Dangerous to our democracy.
What if all isn't as it seems? What if the reality you found was false? A carefully constructed narrative by unseen special interests designed to manipulate your opinion.
I've been a journalist for about 25 years, and I was educated to lie, to betray, and not to tell the truth to the public. There is nobody coming to you and saying, well, we are the Central Intelligence Agency, would you like to work for us? No. This is not the case how it happens. What they do, these transatlantic organizations, is they invite you for seeing the United States. They pay all your expenses and everything. So you're bribed. You get more and more corrupt because they make you good contacts. You won't know that those good contacts are, let's say, non-official or officially people working for Central Intelligence Agency or other American agencies. So you make friends. You think they are friends, and you cooperate with them. They ask you, well, could you do me this favor? Could you do me that favor? So your brain more and more is brainwashed through these guys. And your question was, is this only the case with German journalists? No, I think it is especially the case with British journalists, because they have a much closer relationship. It is especially the case with Israelis, of course, with French journalists. There is many countries in the Arab world, like Jordan, for example.
A couple of years ago, CBS News asked me to look into a story about a study coming out from the nonprofit National Sleep Foundation. Supposedly, this press release coming out said, the study concluded we're a nation with an epidemic of sleeplessness and we don't even know it, and we should all go ask our doctors about it. A couple of things struck me about that. First, I recognized the phrase, ask your doctor, as a catchphrase promoted by the pharmaceutical industry. They know that if they can get your foot through the door of the doctor's office to mention a malady, you're very likely to be prescribed the latest drug that's marketed. Second, I wondered how serious an epidemic of sleeplessness could really be if we don't even know that we have it. Right? It didn't take long for me to do a little research and discover that the National Sleep Foundation nonprofit and the study, which was actually a survey, not a study, were sponsored in part by a new drug that was about to be launched onto the market called Lunesta, a sleeping pill. I reported the study as CBS News asked, but of course I disclosed the sponsorship behind the nonprofit and the survey so that viewers could weigh the information accordingly. All the other news media reported the same survey directly off the press release as written without digging past the superficial. It later became an example written up in the Columbia Journalism Review, which quite accurately reported that only we at CBS News had bothered to do a little bit of research and disclose the conflict of interest behind this widely reported survey. Special interests have unlimited time and money to figure out new ways to spin us while cloaking their role. Surreptitious astroturf methods are now more important to these interests than traditional lobbying of Congress. There's an entire industry built around it in Washington. What is astroturf? It's a perversion of grassroots, as in fake grassroots. AstroTurf is when political, corporate, or other special interests disguise themselves and publish blogs, start Facebook and Twitter accounts, publish ads, letters to the editor, or simply post comments online to try to fool you into thinking an independent or grassroots movement is speaking. The whole point of AstroTurf is to try to give the impression there's widespread support for or against an agenda when there's not. AstroTurf seeks to manipulate you into changing your opinion by making you feel as if you're an outlier when you're not. One example is the Washington Redskins name. Without taking a position on the controversy, if you simply were looking at news media coverage over the course of the past year or looking at social media, you'd probably have to conclude that most Americans find that name offensive and think it ought to be changed. But what if I told you 71% of Americans say the name should not be changed? That's more than 2/3. AstroTurfers seek to controversialize those who disagree with them. They attack news organizations that publish stories they don't like, whistleblowers who tell the truth, politicians who dare to ask the tough questions, and journalists who have the audacity to report on all of it.
Sometimes the intelligence agencies, they come to your office and want you to write an article. The German Foreign Intelligence, Bundesnachrichtendienst, they wanted me to write an article about Libya and about Colonel Muammar Gaddafi. They gave me all these secret informations, and they just wanted me to write, to sign the article with my name. I did that. It was a story that was printed worldwide 2 days later. But I had no information on that. It was the intelligence agency. So do you really think that this is journalism? Intelligence agencies writing articles?
You have meddled with the primal forces of nature, Mr. Beale, and I won't have it. You think you merely stopped a business deal? That is not the case. The Arabs have taken billions of dollars out of this country, and now they must put it back. It is ebb and flow, tidal gravity. It is ecological balance. You are an old man who thinks in terms of nations and peoples. There are no nations. There are no peoples. There are no Russians. There are no Arabs. There are no third worlds. There is no West. There is only one holistic system of systems. One vast and immane, interwoven, interacting, multivariate, multinational dominion of dollars. Petrodollars, electrodollars, multi-dollars, Reichmarks, Rins, rubles, pounds, and shekels. It is the international system of currency which determines the totality of life on this planet. There is no America. There is no democracy. There is only IBM and ITT and AT&T and DuPont, Dow, Union Carbide, and Exxon. Those are the nations of the world today. What do you think the Russians talk about in their councils of state? Karl Marx? They get out their linear programming charts, statistical decision theories, Minimax solutions, and compute the price-cost probabilities of their transactions and investments, just like we do. We no longer live in a world of nations and ideologies, Mr. Beale. The world is a college of corporations, inexorably determined by the immutable bylaws of business. The world is a business, Mr. Beale.
Hell no! What kind of shit is that?
Yo, what is up, YouTube? The last time I made a video like this, YouTube took it down because of how much truth I was saying. YouTube has never cared if I made a money glitch that much, but YouTube really didn't like the exact truths that I was saying in my infamous video. The 100%, the video was titled 100% proof I can prove to you the Vegas shooting was fake. And YouTube hated that video because I just broke it down with video evidence like I have right here, you know, and like I'm about to do with Kanye West. Now, Kanye West used the fact that everybody would accuse him of being crazy. He knew exactly what would happen. He met with Charlemagne the God. The day, look up the videos of him meeting with Charlemagne the God to listen to music. Charlemagne admits that Kanye said, everybody's about to turn on me. I don't believe the Jesus stuff all the way. I don't not believe in Jesus, but I'm just saying that Kanye West is not Jesus. But what he's trying to do is like reality, like a Jesus type of thing, if that makes sense. So don't get confused with I want you to believe in things, to take a leap of faith. I don't want you to take any leaps of faith. I want you to look with your eyes. Oh my God, I got in trouble for telling people to wake up before. Fuck, YouTube hates me when I do this. But they love me when I'm MoneyGlitchGod who's telling you to shut up and telling you to be in my videos and whatever on the gaming, the little cocky money glitch guy. They love it when I'm MGG. But when I talk this real shit, I get community guideline strikes, and everybody knows what that is. So I direct you to... So this video is going to get demonetized by TMZ right away. It's going to start getting attacked. But I direct you to the handshake difference between Kanye West and Harvey versus that bleached skin Negro in the middle.
Northwest.
That's look at the handshake. That's all I want y'all to do is look at how he shakes the hands differently with those two people, and I have nothing else to say about it.
Kanye, how you doing, man? What's good?
Welcome. Thank you so much. So, first of all, thank you.
Word. So, I suggest you look at this Slavery is a Choice Kanye West full interview, whatever. He said, if you telling me we've been enslaved for 400 years, to me that's starting to sound like a choice. He also put on the Make America Great Again hat and said that he was in awe of Donald Trump, his way of speaking whatever he wants and getting whatever he wants out of the world. So now, there's two things about what's going on with Kanye before I go break down those two things that's really got everybody in an uproar. And I'm going to tell you, he's a genius. Kanye West had a hidden message and all of that, and he acted frantic and super vulnerable as a big target as Kanye West, so that people would put his message everywhere before they realize what he actually said. He's not stupid. You cannot be as musically inclined to engineer music. See, if he was just a producer who made beats on Fruity Loops with drum kits, you know what I'm saying? Like some people I know who's famous, they famous and they my homies, but they don't know, they're not geniuses. See, he's an engineering genius. He doesn't just put together the music, he puts together the entire experience. And it's crazy if you know how he works on the inside. So he's a genius. And he said, I'm just going to give you a little taste right now. Slavery for 400 years is a choice. Black people are all in an uproar, especially you spicy Negroes who hang out in the hood, and you're like, I'm going to defend the hood. All my crisps, all my gangbanger crisps are going to beat you up when they see you, Kanye. And Kanye knew it was going to be a black lash and a white lash. That's why he did the two different things. See, slavery was a choice offended white people so hard. They were like, Negro, don't be telling people they can think outside the slavery box. Don't tell all the Negroes that. And then Negroes were like, he made a Make America Great Again hat. We're going to lynch him. When we see him, Daz, the fat-ass 50-year-old nigga that's Snoop Dogg's cousin, got CNN, all these big news networks to put out articles that say the crisps are going to attack Kanye. All you little crisps who are brain controlled to think you're crisp gang, go beat up Kanye because we control you. If you cripping right now and you gangbanging and you checking out, I know some niggas fuck with me because I'm a nigga, okay? If you gangbanging at all, okay, and you got companies like Fox News and CNN and all these other TMZ telling you, hey, crisps, go do this bidding. What kind of money are they doing paying your bills? Are they making sure your daughter eat? See, think about what you claiming and what you're doing and let all that shit go. Being a crisp is a choice. The whole story about how Crisps became gangs is a lie. I know all about gang literature. It's a secret in the streets, whatever. We can spit lit all we want, whatever. I know gang literature. It's a lie. That's how they brainwashed us as a young age. That's why in society, black males are outnumbered by black females 7-1 in free society. Because we're incarcerated and we're jailed and we're killing each other and we're quarantined and we're in all these. See, black community, we in a prison in our mind bigger than the chains they could ever have put on us. Whether it's our physical appearance, we don't feel good enough, so now all of our celebrities are wearing diamonds this and diamonds that. You notice I used to wear all these diamonds from TV Johnny. I got all the pictures on my Instagram. I just posted for Flashback Friday, but I'm done with them. See, it's funny how we were in chains and we stayed in chains. We had chains on our necks and on our arms and on our feet. Now we got chains on our necks, on our arms, and on our feet. It's ridiculous, all the mental enslavements black people do. They put all the worst restaurants with the most corporate filler bullshit in the communities where the people are the biggest fools. That's it. And yeah, anyway, Kanye West said for 400 years. And that struck a chord with me because I was like, damn, that would make it 2018 when we stop being slaves. So, knowing that he was arguing with these people and making them think that, you know, we were only slaves for 200 years in the white records. You know what I'm saying? But Kanye just proved to you that when someone speaks in reality, everyone accepted it as truth that we were slaves for 400 years. And not only were we slaves, it wasn't our choice. Everyone just jumped on board with that right away. And look at, he's trying to tell us something. And he said it pretty clear as day. So if you've been judging Kanye, you don't know what he's saying, you pop culture, you brainwashed. You one of the pussies. See, he ain't gonna call you no pussy. I am. See, you one of the pussies that's so brainwashed, quarantine controlled, divided and conquered. You're black. You're white, you're Asian, you're from China, you're from one of these places, and that's what you start with your brainwashing, these fake geographic things on the ground. Now, what do you're like, MGG, what do you mean by fake geographic things on the ground? I'm going to show you what I mean by fake geographic things on the ground. I'm going to show you why Kanye was saying what he was saying. I present to you the fake earth. Not that the earth is flat or anything, but I present to you the fake earth. See, on here, I don't know if you can see that, but here we got fake North America with Canada up there, and then we got America, USA down there. We got Mexico. That's all fake, okay? That's all fake bullshit. Think about the people like Magellan and the stories, little bit of stories they do tell you about the people who traveled the world back then. They were pirates, they were rapists, they were spreading disease, they were stealing, they were disgusting people. And these are the people that Amerigos, the traveler, Amerigos, since they don't let me say the true names. That's the guy America was named after. But anyways, Kanye West knew what he was doing. He was saying that you can stop being a slave right now. And I'm here to perpetuate his message a little bit further. They say he's not able to articulate what he was trying to say. He knows exactly what he was saying would trigger people the right way. Now, the reason he shook Harvey's hand like that is because Harvey's a prince. No, he's in a fraternity. Okay, and so is Kanye West. The guy in the middle, he is not in the fraternity. And I tell you what, the black dude who was offended on this show, Van something. Van, I hope you see this. Because Van is either no, this is Van. I'm going to give him no credit for being an ignorant person. Van is one of the most evil people out there. And he is doing black people one of the biggest injustices ever. And Kanye West hugged him and apologized to him, but he knows that that's how close to the enemy you have to be to really free black people from our slaves, our shackles. Because people like this nigga in the middle right here and people like Van are coming on these TV shows where they got a master mason right here, Harvey, telling these coons what's black and what's cool, and if they not saying what's black or whatever, like public status quo, they out of here. Just like fucking what's his name off Saturday Night Live, the nigga that wouldn't say black jokes against himself and destroy the black community with his ignorance. Now here, what are they talking about all the time? Cardi B versus Beyonce. Cardi B, the ultimate diva of the dark community. When would any, well, whatever, I'm not even gonna say that. Bless up to Cardi B. But this is what they're doing. This is how they control our minds. This is how they control what's cool or not. Look how Kanye dressed under me, man. That nigga got some regular ass shit on. Got just his clothing line, his t-shirt with holes in it. His all clothes are just comfortable sweatpants stuff with holes in it. It's just real humble. And that's the worst thing that can happen for America, is if black people became conservative or humble, okay? Because then we wouldn't buy all their bullshit. Then we wouldn't kill each other over their fucking bullshit. Then we could help each other instead of always collecting their bullshit. Because we're the biggest target. And if you don't believe me, then look up what they were teaching at university back in the day. In the 50s, selling to the Negro. Look at that, it comes up before I even fucking can search it. Now this is the truth about how they think of us and how they've been perfecting this for 60 years. This is what Kanye West was talking about. It's time to take this corporate monkey off our back. We need people like 2 Chainz to step up and stop wearing that bullshit. We need people like LeBron James to be a shallow ass bitch and hurt our community. Michael Jordan, one of the worst people for our community. Puff Daddy,
You got the
one of
level
the worst
on
people
that,
for our
Joe?
community.
How's this video coming through? Are the lights hot enough? Don't forget the dolly and close. All right, be sure and stay clear of number 2 camera, and all set.
This is
Stand by.
produced high quality 60, 70 years ago. Look at what they think of us. Just a target for every fucking form of abuse and usage. We're just fucking carburetors on an engine, filtering out the bullshit of society.
Really big, because it's bound to have a terrific impact on business. I'm talking about a new market, a big new market. Millions upon millions of new prospects with $15 billion to spend.
Yeah, to spend.
That's right, I said $15 billion. That's a lot of money, isn't it? The surprising thing is that it's a fresh market, still full of opportunities. It grew up so fast, got so big in a hurry, that few of us realize its scope. Now these days,
what market could he be talking about?
And yet right here in our own front yard, there's a neglected market. There's money waiting to be spent.
What market?
To get the story of this market, to be able to tell you the secret
what
of
market,
selling the
you
Negro,
sly bitch?
we did a lot of digging. We talked to leading businessmen, the customers, and the salesmen.
Okay.
We went to Washington, D.C.
Okay.
We set up cameras and other key points around the nation.
All right.
And out of this all, there emerged a story.
On meth.
The story of a new market.
What's the new market? What's the new fucking market?
The new Negro family.
The
Their
Negro
name is
family.
Wells or Wilson, Smith or Brown or Alexander or Breen. They live in Chicago, in Atlanta or New York, in Detroit, St. Louis, Los Angeles, any one of 1,000 cities and towns.
That's their marketing training from 1954. Marketing training. And it's only gotten shiftier. So yeah, bad for our culture. You walk a thin line, Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? All you old child molested Negroes that are putting out the music of these little kids who are broken from their communities as well, that's pretty fucked up too. Chris Lighty. Not Chris Lighty, my bad. Not Chris Lighty. Chris Stokes. My bad. Chris Lighty, rest in peace. A fucking legend. Chris Stokes. I'm not making this up. This is not bullying these people. Look up Raz B and B2K. And then there was a singer that was signed to them that actually gave a graphic account of what happened to him as a small boy by Chris Stokes and other famous singers while he was trying to be a part of their record label, and he was traumatized by it. You could tell he's telling the truth because he described some very intimate things in this man's home that nobody would know unless they were in this man's home. And I don't think there is any legitimate reason for a 13-year-old boy to be spending the night with a grown man that's not his father or anything else like that. I'm old school. No, you can't train my kid singing overnight. No, Joe Paterno, you cannot teach my kid football overnight. No, Jerry Sandusky, you cannot take my kid in a locker room visit overnight. You can't have none of, nah, my kid's not coming overnight nowhere, period. All right, so what did Kanye really mean? We gotta really look into it, man. Y'all gotta do y'all due diligence and realize he's not crazy. If you think he's crazy, you haven't looked at his tweets. You haven't seen through the bullshit that's going to happen to him because of him freeing the slaves. Look what happened to Jesus, if you believe in that. Slavery was a choice. Look at how TMZ cut it off. Slavery was a choice for 400 years. He's not wrong about slavery. Look at the New York Times, Fox News. Look at their titles. They call it a rant, but all he's saying is, if you look at it, he's saying we should love each other now. We can put down the hate and all be friends at once because we can. There is no difference between us and Donald Trump. They make you believe there is because they're like, oh, he's a white nationalist. He's this, he's that. We're this, we're that. We're against each other. The same people who started the NFL. All right, if you want to know these people who in society who are fucking us over, using us all. People who started the NFL, you know what that started as? Two niggas fighting to the death for slave masters because they was bored, like dog fighting. And then they realized it was more valuable if they nigga lived. So they threw him a leather helmet and a fucking number and was like, nigga, here, fight over this ball or something. You know what I'm saying? And now you got these niggas fighting over this ball. That's why I got to give a big fuck you to Marcus Cromartie. You a bitch. You a house nigga. You said you don't know me, but I know you very well. I could say shit. I could say shit, nigga, that would not make you look favorable to the NFL. Okay? Anyway, Mr. Don't Know Me, I know that you was on the team with Colin Kaepernick and your ass stood there like a bitch. All right? While he kneeled for everybody to make a difference. If all of y'all cowards would have, this is why I fucking don't fuck with you or nobody else no more. If all you cowards would have not let them fucking slave drivers drive you guys last year. Remember what the NHL did as a fucking whole players association? We can't even get that unity together on our own. That's why nobody respects any fucking thing about equality, or nobody listens. See, Kanye breaking his neck so people could listen. Something different. Kaepernick breaking his neck so people can listen. How can you be a black man on Kaepernick's team, you coward, saying you're just doing your job? No, you're not just doing your job. You're selling out your race to the master still. And as long as you go catch that ball, boy, you go wrestle other negras, then you're fucking us over. Because it took one man, got destroyed his career by himself. Okay? Fucking bullshit. All you fucking NFL players that stood there and acted like you didn't see what he was doing, you're a fucking coward. Seriously. You had your chance. And guess what? Cromartie don't play for them no more either. So he was even double dumb. Because at least Kaepernick has a legacy. You can hate him now, but everybody hated Ali for the same thing. And now he's a legend, running with the Olympic torch. No matter how good at boxing he was or wasn't, he stood up on TV and demanded change. And he fucking affected change, and he was a model citizen, and he was that's why they call him the champ till he was an old man. All right, so Kanye West getting slammed. See, one of the biggest companies that slammed him was Breakfast Club, because he talked to Charlemagne before that and said, I knew you're going to have to slam me. The same way Jesus met with Judas and said, I know you're going to fuck me over and kill me. And I know why you got to. Charlemagne, you a slave. You put out the slavery as a choice thing. He fooled you. You fools. All played his message. Now everybody like me can tell everybody in the world to go re-listen to all of it. Look at this. Kanye West targeted by the Crisps. The Crisps want to kill Kanye West. Sad. Snoop Dogg did the same thing around the time Pac died. He's in the middle of all this fuckery. Snoop is in the middle of all the fucking most turmoil that leads to people losing their lives in the music industry. And this is something that we can't tolerate. So cut it out, Corrupt, Daz, all y'all niggas, cut it out. Y'all all bitter old niggas say all the craziest things like you running the culture. You Crisps, why don't, if y'all so tough and y'all want to beat up Kanye West for wearing a hat, then how come you ain't tell all your thousands of Crisps to run up on Donald Trump when he co-signed the Nazis? How come you ain't find out who them Nazis was and show up and do nothing there? How come y'all Crisps ain't doing nothing but trying to attack a fucking dude trying to speak the truth, and y'all scared of the change? Why? Because y'all all in a fraternity that y'all all agreeing that keep fooling the masses together. That's why. It's cool though. YouTube hates when I do this. But you know what? It must be done, motherfuckers. Because Kanye West is a genius. I wonder if anybody realized it. Look at this. The only thing coming up the most in Kanye West, and I'm not even logged in, is that Poopity Boop song. All you dumb motherfuckers that got out of that whole shit was a Poopity Poop song. That's crazy. That was a troll for all the idiots. Kanye West is a genius. He has a hidden message. Kanye West, hidden message. Did anybody get it? Oh, they did. New slaves. See what I mean, y'all? Now we talking about something. What is he saying? Hidden message. Look at the new slaves, all with them finger signs and stuff. Telling you. Hidden message. All right, well, I'm going to take a look at some of this stuff, y'all. I ain't never know that there's hidden messages in here. And y'all stay woke, man. Stay woke. Stay woke.